Right, welcome to this Codex review. It is for the new DEATHWATCH Codex that Games Workshop have released. Always get excited when they bring out a new faction. I know it's Space Marines, sort of, we've seen them before, but if you're looking for a fresh approach with Space Marines, something new, there's some nice new units, nice new sculpted models, new rules and so on, then the DEATHWATCH is the way to go. They're also a great army to have as allies. You know, you can take a small elite unit of them, add them into your army. There's some cool little formations and so on. So great stuff here. What we'll do in this video is I'll review the Codex, I'll go through the different units, give my take on that, and then, you know, if I was to collect them, then I don't think I'll collect these. I don't think, but as I said, they're quite handy to add in as a small detachment. So it's an exciting thing to add a bit of variety into a current army. Then that's a possibility. James is certainly interested, Ben possibly as well. So we may well see DEATHWATCH appear on the channel, on both channels. So I can imagine these going really well. James could include a unit of them in with his Ultramarine army, or include them in with his Imperial Guard. No problem at all. They'd fit in very well indeed. So we'll review this Codex. So I've got mine from gamingfigures.com. They do Games Workshop at 15% off. If your order comes to over £100, they give you another 5% off on top of that. And then in the UK, if your order comes to over £40, they'll give you free postage as well. So it just means you can get your Games Workshop stuff, including things like this Codex, at a decent discount. Just helps keep the cost of your hobby down. So check them out. That's gamingfigures.com. So DEATHWATCH, colour scheme wise, it's sort of got bits of all sorts in it. You've got silvers, you've got a big green here, you've got red, and then you've got the chapter colours being brought, because they're elites pulled in from all the chapters, so it's a real mishmash. I suppose the overall theme is the black, and then it's complemented by the silver colour here, and then the other colours are just little bits brought in. Doesn't appeal to me too much, the colour scheme, not really, but I imagine they would look good in with James's Imperial Guard, for example, or fighting alongside his Ultramarines. A little detachment of them I think would look really cool. So you can see the models here looking really nice. So it's nice artwork for them here, fighting against the Orcs. I think he's taking control of this Orc here. I think that's what's happening. Could be wrong. Here they are again. They've done a whole spread of really nice artwork here, so they filled this Codex out well. Yeah. You know, when a fight's at its worst, when it's at its toughest, and when, you know, a job needs to be done, you send in the DEATHWATCH. I mean, it is a cool theme for an army. Here they are. This is black armour, and then this guy's been recruited from the Blood Angels, so he's got his colour scheme in there, just a little bit of it. It's the kind of idea. There's some unique weapons for these guys. So there's their banners, structure, fighting against Gene Stealer Cult by the looks of it, which I've heard rumoured is coming up soon, which will be interesting for sure. Yeah, and this is starting to, you're able to use the models from the board game that was released with the DEATHWATCH inside it against the Gene Stealer Cult. So you're able to incorporate those models in, so that the releases are tying in well. The Games Workshop have done for that. Fighting against Eldar here, using psychic powers is cool. What's this picture of? Beheading Tau. Definitely not collecting these guys. I'll do it. That'll give James an incentive, I think, to collect them. that picture. But they're taking on every opponent, and the nastiest of opponents, and they're winning in every picture. They're coming in and they're just beating everything up. There they are again, just appearing. Now, I'm wondering if, yeah, it's all this kind of army that just appears and then just, yeah, this surgical strike type stuff. Chaplains and Librarians. Nice piece of artwork, that one. that picture. It's on the cover of the small rulebook that you get inside the Death Mask set. It's just been released. Veterans, bikers. Yeah, it's like Space Marine units, but like elite units that become ultra elite because they're Deathwatch. Very nice. Yeah, there's a new flyer as well. That was a good move to give them a unique flyer. You get a Codex and you don't want just Space Marines painted in a different colour. You want unique releases, unique units, and Games Workshop are aware of that. That's what they've done. Just to help with all of your colour schemes. Here, all laid out for you. There's a new flyer. Does look nice. It's the way of painting the Space Marine vehicles. I'd probably shy away from that kind of thing. Painted enough rhinos as it is. You want something different. The flyers look nice. They're very sleek. They are beautiful models. Yeah. No, really nice. Really nice stuff here. It'd be fascinating to see this unique ammunition that you can use. You know, if you've got an Imperial army of some kind, you've got Space Marines, Imperial Guard, whatever it is, and you're lacking in a certain area, then you can recruit a specialist unit to help you out. Brilliant idea. You know, combat might be your area, certain type of firepower, bit of air cover. So these are the models here, and I have to say all of them are really nice. The sprues here for the models are beautiful. The shield's lovely. That longer shield is really nice. Comes with that mace, looks brilliant. The weaponry, the heads, the poses. This guy looks brilliant. This Space Wolf here. Really, really nice. Beautiful models. I think these are the ones you get in the board game. Really nice. Yeah, lovely. Biker, Terminator there, beautiful, very nice. Says the flyer. It looks excellent as well. So, nice move here from Games Workshop. So, Forces of the Deathwatch. This is if you go for, you can go for a whole army of these, and you can go for these. There's tons of formations here. You know, so other codexes out there need to catch up with this. There's some like Orcs, for example. You got one formation. You know, if they release the new codex, when they redo those, I'm sure they'll get a nice spread, just like you see here. So this is actually must include at least one command choice, one core choice, one auxiliary. So you have to go for one of each. You can go for one or more commands, one or more auxiliaries, and one or more core, one or more auxiliary, and then 1 to 3 commands. The Veteran Master of the Watch. So if you go for that, if you fulfill this minimum or more, then you get Veteran Master of the Watch. If this attachment is chosen with Warlord, you can reroll. Okay, you have Warlord trait. Flexible mission tactics. If your army contains one or more Black Spear Strike forces, you can change the army's mission tactic one extra time during the mission. Usually this will allow you to change mission tactics twice during the game rather than only once. If your Warlord is a Watch Master or has the Vigilance Incarnate Warlord trait, you will be able to change mission tactics up to 3 or 4 times. So take it that's good if you're able to switch your tactics around during the game. So that may well be worth going after that. And then Sudden Onslaught. All non-vehicle models in a Black Spear Strike Force have Deep Strike. Oh, alright, okay. So that is good. That's the kind of theme I would go for, I think, like a deep strike, a surgical deep strike type is what I would go for. But to do that I have to take a core choice, an auxiliary and a command. We'll see those later on in the formation section. So there's your war gear list. We'll come back and forth to that as we go through it. So the first thing, HQ, is a Watch Master. So Watch Master is 175 points. For that you get Weapon Skill 6, that's nice. You're expecting good stats here. Ballistic Skill 5, Strength and Toughness 4, 4 wounds, Initiative 5, 4 attacks, LD 10, 2 up save. It's nice, nice model. Very nice. His character is Watch Master. Okay. So he comes with a Guardian Spear. +1 strength. So he's at strength 5. He's AP 2. It's a melee weapon, two-handed. So he's not going to get the bonus for combat weapons, but he's 4 attacks anyway. There's no problem with that. It's fine. A model equipped with Guardian Spear can fire as a bolt gun with special issue ammunition. Cool. Remember his ballistic skill 5, so that's good. You can also attack with it in the assault phase using the profile below. Alright, so I think you get to do both. You can also attack with it in the assault phase. I think you can shoot it and use it in combat. If you're allowed to charge or not, I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. If you're allowed to fire it with those profiles and then still charge is a question. I'm not sure about that one. So decent enough, nice. That comes to standard, you don't have to pay for that. Block. Once per turn in the assault phase, a model equipped with a Guardian Spear can attempt to block a single attack that targets them. After to hit rolls are made, roll a dice. If the result is higher than the to hit roll, the attack is blocked and has no effect. Attacks that do not have a to hit roll cannot be blocked. Right. So cool. Your opponent rolls a 4 to hit you. You roll a dice. If you get a 4 or more, you block it. Once per turn. Helpful. Just helpful, especially if it's up against something with low amount of attacks, but they're really nasty. Frag and crack grenades. Iron halos. He's getting his invuln save there. So this guy's good for combat. And then a clavis. Subtract 1 from the weapon skill, ballistic skill, initiative characteristics of any enemy vehicles within 6 of a model equipped with a clavis. This is weird. A bit weird. It's an interesting one to try and remember during a game. Enemy vehicles within 6. Hardly ever going to happen, I don't think. Kind of strange, that one. Okay, and then they should know no fears, your Space Marine stuff, independent character. And then mission tactics. We'll turn that up now and then we'll know what it is for the rest of the codex here. So mission tactics. This is unique here. This is like what's going to be the iconic thing here for these DEATHWATCH models. Alright, so the mission tactics special rule represents the unique way in which the DEATHWATCH go to war. At the start of your first turn, pick one of the following mission tactics, where you have to choose one. It will remain active for the entire battle unless you decide to change it as described below. As long as the tactic is active, it affects all units in your army that have the mission tactic special rule. Once during the battle, at the start of any turn after the first, you can choose to change the current mission tactic for another one. So you do get your free swap or change without any of your extras being needed to be paid for or whatever, upgraded. So these are the ones you choose from. There's 5 of them. Führer tactics. Whenever a unit with the mission tactics special rule targets enemy troops unit, you can reroll to hit rolls of 1. I suppose that's in shooting and in close combat. Targets an enemy troops unit. Targets. Might just be shooting. Alright, doesn't sound that amazing. Venator tactics. Whenever a unit with the mission tactics special rule targets an enemy fast attack unit, you can reroll any to hit rolls of 1. Yeah, it's to hit rolls, so to hit in combat and to hit in shooting. Okay. Dominators tactics, you can reroll ones against elites, you reroll ones against heavies, and you can reroll ones against HQs. Okay. Doesn't strike me as being that amazing. Reroll hits would have been better, but I suppose for your point, maybe for points cost, it's not too fair to have. That's because that's quite a good roll, quite a good upgrade. So not bad. Just remembering to reroll your ones against a certain type should be easy enough to remember, and then you can swap it at some point. So you come in the mission, right? I've got to take out this. You take it out. You think, right, mission accomplished or mostly accomplished. I'll swap it. The tactics over to something else. So there it says quite adaptive. Not bad. Master of Tactics. If a watch master is your warlord, you can change the army's mission tactics an extra time during a mission. Usually this will allow you to change mission tactics twice during the game rather than only once. But if your warlord has the Vigilance Incarnate. Your army includes a Black Spear Strike Force. You'll be able to change the mission tactics up to 3 or 4 times. Okay. Next up is a Watch Captain. Is he a unique model, or is that just a standard Space Marine one? I don't know about him. But anyway, he's 95 points. It's significantly cheaper than a Watchmaster. His weapon skill 6, ballistic skill 5, strength toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 3 attacks, LD 10, and a 3+ save, so still pretty good. Bolt pistol, close combat weapon, frame crack grenades, iron halo, so still get his 4+ invuln. Special issue ammunition is standard. Annihilation of fear, mission tactics, independent character. And then all your standard options there. Okay. So, sort of a standard Space Marine captain, really. You may replace his bolt pistol with a bolt gun. Okay. So may take items from the melee weapons, range weapons, special issue, we'll get relics. The Vigilant. We'll cover relics later on, but we'll check out some of these because I reckon there's some unique ones for these guys, these Deathwatch. So melee weapons. Just here. Standard ones we'll just ignore. So melee weapons, chainsword, lightning claw, power weapon, power fist, thunder hammer. Okay, so standard Space Marine stuff. He can then take ranged weapons, a bolt gun, storm bolter, combi, melter, plasma flamer, hand flamer, grav pistol, inferno pistol. That's your Blood Angels one, which is your strength 8, AP1 melter, range 6, I believe, plasma pistol. Okay, so nothing major there. Special issue war gear, an all specs, a combat shield, melter bombs, a Deathwatch teleport homer, and digital weapons. Just check him up there to see if a Deathwatch teleport homer. For any units composed entirely of models in Terminator armor or have the sudden onslaught special rule. Okay, it's not just them. Do not scatter under a deep strike so long as the first one was placed within 6. Alright, so just incorporating some of the Deathwatch units into that. Okay, so nothing particularly major there either. And then Relics of the Vigilant, will come to that later on. So, yeah, he can't take special weapons, can he? No, not yet, so we'll come to them later on. It's a sort of standard Space Marine, really. May take a jump pack, it's 15 points. Artificer armor is 20. Storm shield is 15. May replace his close combat weapon with a Xenophase blade. 106. We'll have a look at that. Xenophase blade. Strength user AP3. Melee molecular realignment field. Molecular realignment field. Successful invuln saving throws made against wounds inflicted by this weapon must be re-rolled. Cool. That's quite cool. Re-roll your invuns. Fight against demons, for example, something like that. But still, 25 points. Just that his strength's not amazing. You're up against some big creature and you're on 6s to win. His strength 4, not quite so good, so. May replace bolt pistol, close combat weapon, special issue ammunition with Terminator armor. Stormbolter power sword, 25 points, all quite standard. A Watch Captain Terminator armor replaces power sword with a relic blade. Watch Captain Terminator armor may take items from special issue and relics, which we'll look at later on. Okay, so pretty standard entry just there. If I was collecting, I'd probably avoid something like that. I'd probably see the Watchmaster's more, but he is better. He's got more stuff, and his standard loadout is pretty cool. Anyway, so. And just the model as well. Yeah. Next is a Chaplain. Nice looking model. That's the one from the board game that Games Workshop released. One with the Gene Stealer Colts in it. It's just a standard here. Weapon skill 5, 2 wounds. Standard stuff. So I don't need to cover him too much. 95 points. I think just your usual Chaplain just there. Or you can go for the unique model for them. sort of looking at the units here and trying to get a feel for what kind of structure the army would have, you know, on an 1850 point scale. Librarian, I've got a feeling, again, beautiful model here, really nice. And Librarian 70 points, and then you've got your yeah, standard, all standard stuff, but you have access to geokinesis, fulmination. These ones might be psychic powers that come up later on in the book. Check them out later. So veterans then, this is where you can like really customize units. Yeah, and you're taking advantage of the nice unique plastic stuff that Games Workshop have done, the kits, bashing them together, making some nice combinations. Yeah, so this is what you're looking for here. So your standard veteran here is 2 attacks, all the usual stats for Space Marines, and then a black shield. Interesting, a black shield is weapon skill 5. Okay. So the standard loadout for these is a bolt gun, close combat weapon, frag and crack grenades, and then special issue ammunition. Nice. Nice. And they are 22 points each, sort of what you're expecting to pay. Yeah, I'll run through these. Special issue ammunition. So, Dragonfire Bolt is your ignores cover round coming through. A Stalker patterned bolt gun here. Oh, there's a special a special shooting here. Where is this one? One of these Stalker pattern bolt gun. Cool, so they've got their own unique one here as well. I think that'll be an upgrade for a bit later on, so I'll maybe come back to that. Yeah, because they've got a standard bolt gun here. I think you have to upgrade to the special bolt gun, so we'll come back to that in a moment. Because your standard special issue ammunition is strength 4 AP5, your ignores cover stuff, then your poison 2+ shooting, then your strength 4 AP4, slightly longer range, and then your strength 4 AP3 get assault rapid fire shots. So nice variety in shooting for them, which is excellent, because they're specialists. Makes sense they have that ammunition, so that's great. Mission tactics, and then atonement through honor. This is for the black shield only. 102. This is interesting. A model with special rule doubles its attacks in the assault phase if it is locked in combat with an independent character, a monstrous creature, or a vehicle, or if the combat it is in contains more enemy models than friendly ones. It doubles its attacks. Might need clarification there. Is it doubles its attacks characteristic, or doubles its attacks overall? Like, you, for example, 2 attacks, charge 3 attacks, then you double it, or is it you take your 2 attacks and double it? So, I'm not sure about that one. But that's good. That's cool. So the incentive there is to have a small unit of 5, put a black shield in there. Yeah. You may include up to 5 veterans, 22 points each. They can take melee weapons, range weapons, and special weapons. Right, now we're going to check out special weapons, I think. Yeah, okay. So you can replace your bolt gun. Just checking again to see any model. Brilliant flexibility with these. You can take a DEATHWATCH shotgun. So, a DEATHWATCH shotgun. Looks cool. So, a crypt clearer round. Strength 4, range 16, strength 4, assault 2, shred. Not bad. A Xenopurge slug is strength 4, AP4, assault 2. And then a Worm's Breath shell, which is template strength 3 AP6, assault 1. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. It's about the best shotgun out there, really. Usually the time shotguns have already go pretty useless, but that one sounds not too bad. Nice variety there. The ability to fire template shots. You really can hit a lot of models with that. May only be strength 3, but you know, up against hordes, helpful enough. So to do that, it costs you nothing. So definitely incentive to take them. So then for 5 points, you could take a Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun. Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun is range 30, AP 5, heavy 2, and sniper. Nice. So then, the Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun, I take it, gets access to the Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun rounds, which you can fire range 30, sniper, AP 5, ignores cover, heavy 2, nice. Cool, that's nice. And then Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun here, poison 2+, heavy 2, AP 5, sniper. Not bad. Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun, heavy 2, sniper, AP 4, range 36. Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun, heavy 2, gets hot, AP 3. Nice, nice. So yeah, definitely incentive to take a few of them. Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun, only 5 points, so put a few of them into the unit. You take a Flamer for 5 points, Melter Gun, Grav Gun, Plasma Gun, as usual. So it's nice, unique little shooting weapons there, and they're not that expensive to take at all. They're either free or they're only 5 points, so definitely an incentive to take some of those. You know, you might want to sort them all out, because you know, some of these require you to stand still, so you might want to swap the whole unit out. You land, you fire one type, because you're not too hindered by that, because you're able to fire other types of shots, I think. Yeah, so sort of, although I think to fire sniper you have to remain stationary. It's interesting to find that out, actually. Just checking the rules for sniper here. Doesn't say you have to remain stationary. No. So remember, you're running up precision shots there. 4s to wound, any 6s are AP2. No, usually a sniper rifle is, you know, sniper heavy, so you have to stay still. So that's where I've got that from. So sniper, I don't think you do. So you can move and shoot with your sniper shots. So the Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun is no, it's heavy. It is heavy. It's heavy in the profile here. So you do have to remain stationary to get that type of round. So you know, you might want to go for a Deathwatch unit to theme it as like a sniping type unit. Give them all those Stalker Pattern Bolt Guns. Your unit 5, 10 shots, and choose your type. I imagine they're going to take out stuff pretty good. Okay, so then keep going here. Any model may replace his bolt gun close combat weapon with a storm shield, 10 points each. Nice. You can kit them out for combat and protection. Up to 4 veterans may take heavy weapons. Cool. We'll just check here. Heavy bolter, 10 points. May include Hellfire shells. Heavy flamer. Missile launcher, frag and crack missiles. May also take flak missiles. Infernus heavy bolters, 20 points. We'll check him out. Infernus heavy bolter. Strength 5, AP 4, assault 3. Okay. And then Infernus heavy flamer, template, strength 5, AP 4, assault 1. So it's, you know, you're able to fire both. Doesn't say one use only. So Infernus heavy bolter may also take Hellfire shells. Yeah, so Hellfire shells will give you heavy 1 blast, poison 2+. That's not bad. To take that on top of that will cost you 5 points as an option. So I'll get it here. Infernus heavy bolter is basically you fire it either as a heavy flamer or a heavy bolter. That's really good. It's very cool, and it's not one use. It's not like a combi weapon. It's not one use only, so it's nice. It's only 20 points. Yeah, no, I think so, because it's 10 points for regular heavy bolter, 20 points. I think it's good value because you're getting the potential of either weapon there. A Deathwatch frag cannon. Sounds good. Deathwatch frag cannon. Frag round. Strength 6, AP. Wow. Strength 6, AP dash. Assault 2, rending. Nice, it's the same as the Blood Angels one. And then a solid shell is range 24, strength 7, AP 3, assault 2, impact. If the target unit is within 12, its weapon strength is increased to 9 and its AP to 2. Whoa, incredible weapon. 25 points. What an ambush you could pull out with a couple of them deep striking down inside a unit. But great flexibility with these guys. Their flexibility is to be feared, I think. Their ability to take some nasty weaponry. Fits in very well with the theme. Yeah, very nasty indeed. So you'd be tempted to, any number of, or up to 4, whatever it is, amount of them can take, up to 4 veterans can take heavy weapons. So, I could go for, like, 2, a unit of 5, give 2 of them frag cannons, and then 2 of them the Infernus heavy bolters. Up close they'll be horrendous, medium range decent enough. Yeah, pretty good. Nice. Okay, so then you're on to any veteran may place his weapon with a heavy thunder hammer. What on earth is a heavy thunder hammer? A heavy thunder hammer. It's two-handed, right? Okay. So strength 10, AP 2, nice. Melee, pulverized, concussive, two-handed, unwieldy. If you're 6 to wound, it's instant death. Nice. Very, very nice indeed. For that. There he is, there's the guy. 2 attacks though, is the points well spent on such a small amount of attacks? That's the question. Yeah, interesting. You may upgrade one veteran to a black shield. It's 15 points for him. It's quite cool. It's quite a cool concept behind him. Small elite unit sounds cool. We're careful here of getting blown away. It's the danger of them. Small power armor units can just get blasted away by stuff. But 15 points for that. May upgrade a different veteran to a watch sergeant. Okay. The Watch Sergeant may replace his close combat weapon with a Xenophase blade. Probably wouldn't bother with that. Watch Sergeant may take items from the special issue war gear. So that's your Auspex combat shield, melter bombs, teleport hammer. Digital weapons, probably wouldn't bother with that. Saving points here, I think. I wouldn't go down this route. You may take a Rhino, Razorback, Corvis, Black Star. That might be a cool way to deliver them guys inside the Corvis Black Star. Oh yes, because then you can place deep strike's risky. Flying on is cool, but we'll have to see the process for that. We'll see what happens. Okay, so next then is Terminators. I'm just expecting these to be as flexible as the veterans. You've got Stormbolt, Power Fist. They're fearless, nice. So that's the regular veterans don't get that. So fearless, which is good. Okay. Yeah, look at this. They make any model may replace his power fist with one of the following: a power weapon, a chain fist, a power fist with auxiliary melter gun. Auxiliary melter gun. Can fire its melter gun instead of shooting another weapon, and it can attack with this in the assault phase as a power fist. They can do both in the same turn. Nice. Really good. Flexibility is fantastic with these. Any model may choose one of the following: replaces Stormbolt with a heavy flamer, replaces Stormbolt with assault cannon, take a cyclone missile launcher. Again, any model. Amazing. Any model may take 2 lightning claws for free, or a thunder hammer and storm shield for 10 points. So very nice indeed. Alright, so they're an option as well. Unit of 1, so up to 4. So you can take a unit of 2, unit of 3, or 1 on his own. Great. No problem at all. Okay, so Dreadnought next, 100 points, which is the standard thing. They've upgraded or updated the profile here. It's 4 attacks as standard for a Dreadnought, so these are the new improved version. Standard weapons here. Yep, so we'll move on there. Venerable Dreadnought, 125 points. Okay. I think the new one that you get inside the new Death Mask box set looks really nice. It is a Venerable Dreadnought. 4 attacks. Front side 12, strength 6, weapon skill, ballistic skill 5. Venerable, usual rules. And you can take your plasma cannon, assault cannon, twin linked, and so on. For that, if you want a bit of vehicle support there, I'm glad they're in really just to help support. You know, if you're building a bigger army, you'd want things like that in the army. Vanguard Veterans, 25 points each. Next, come with special issue ammunition. And just the bolt pistol, chainsaw, frag and crack grenades, station and fear, mission tactics, heroic intervention. Unit contains any models with this rule, ignore penalties of disordered charges, and can reroll one of the dice when determining its charge range. And enough. They are expensive. It is 1, so you can have a unit of 1, unit of 2, unit of 3. Interesting approach. And then you've got all these upgrades here: lightning claws, power weapon, hand flamer, grav pistol, inferno, plasma, power fist, thunder hammer, storm shield. You can give them heavy thunder hammers as the 2-handed strength 10 one, and any model can take melter bombs. Next is bikers. Just the usual, I think, for these. And they do get skilled rider, and they also get split fire. So nicely trained bikers here. Any model replaces close combat weapon with a power weapon. And you can take melter bombs, and that's about it actually. So quite limited, very limited on what they can take. Yeah, these guys are limited here. Don't get access to all the other stuff. I'm sure there's many potential Deathwatch player who'd love to customise these and give them storm shields and thunder hammers. But you don't get that. Standard bikes only, really. Well, they're not bad. Skilled rider and split fire. And again, you can have a unit of 1 if you want. Not fearless though. Then you've got your standard rhino, standard razorback. Deathwatch vehicle equipment. Better check that out just to see what you get. Dozer blade, storm bolter, extra armor, hunter killer missile. Just the usual stuff for that. Drop pod, just the usual for him. Yep, just giving you the flexibility of a normal Space Marine unit or army. Probably a nice way to deliver those actually. That's a safer, more reliable way of dropping them down, and they look great. They look really nice coming out of that with the metallic feel to it. Yeah, with that grey and the black and those heavy weapons. Nice. So yeah, that might be a tempting way to bring them down. The drop pod's quite flexible. You know, you aim to drop it down somewhere it scatters, and it's quite reliable in where it lands, and you can get out and move out 6. You usually can get within the range you need to with that. The Corvis Black Star is 180 points. There's a fair amount there, pretty expensive. So I'm thinking that the army's going to be pretty small and pretty elite. Corvis Black Star then. Ballistic skill 4, front armor 12, side armor 12, rear armor 11. It's a well protected flyer. 3 hull points. It's a flyer, it can hover. Nice. It's a transport vehicle. Not an assault transport vehicle though, I don't think. So not quite as good in that respect as, say, a Storm Ravens gunship. No, it is, look, assault vehicle, cool, so it's made up for that there. So standard loadout here, this is what you get: pursuit agility, pursuit 3, agility 2 if you're using rules for Death from the Skies, which I don't particularly, not a fan of. It's a standard loadout, It does look cool with the assault cannon on the front. Twin-linked assault cannon as standard. Black Star cluster launcher. Okay, fascinated to see what this one is. Black Star cluster launcher. And again, the options for your shots here. Unlike other bombs, a Black Star cluster launcher does not have the one use only and can be used each turn. Right, this is bombs then, which are fired from somewhere. Frag cluster, strength 6, strength 4, AP 6, large blast, bomb. Infernus cluster, strength 5, AP 4, blast, ignores cover. Okay, handy enough for flushing out those targets in cover. Okay, ceramite plating, and then 4 storm strike missiles. Range 72, strength 8, AP 2, heavy 1, concussive 1 use only. Right, nice missiles then. So you can take on a variety of targets with that. Now what you can swap it out for, we'll have to see. Assault vehicle, transport capacity 12 models. Corvis Black Star can carry jump infantry and bikes. Cool. Fire points, none. There's 2 access points at the front and 1 at the rear. May replace twin-linked assault cannon with twin-linked las cannon for free. Not sure about that. Not sure what I'd choose for that. Depends what your battlefield role, you know, what you want it to do. May replace all 4 Storm Strike missiles with a twin-linked Black Star rocket launcher. 15 points to do that. A twin-linked Black Star rocket launcher. You can fire a Corvid warhead. It's range 30, strength 6, AP 4, heavy D6 and sky fire. Nice, okay, because it's an attack flyer. Right, this is a new rules here, so you usually would be struggling to fire against other flyers with the new rules. It's snapshots only. So they've given it a weapon that has sky fire, so you can now fire at other flyers. Yeah, that would make it quite important to take that, because your flyer is pretty much your best option for dealing with other enemy flyers. It's only strength 6 though, but it's twin linked. You can get between 1 and 6 shots. Should make your opponent jink if he's armor 10, 11. A Dracos warhead, range 30, range isn't too much of an issue. Strength 4, AP 5, large blast, ignores cover, twin linked. Not bad. Okay, so that's an option as well. So it's okay. Do like the standard missile. If I took 2, maybe I'd take 1 of each combination, something like that. Because I see the value in both. It may take one of the following. May take up to 1 of the following upgrades. May take a searchlight. May take extra armor for 5 points. A locator beacon. Or may take a hurricane bolter for 15 points. Ouch. Okay. May take one of the following upgrades. An Infernum Halo Launcher. 1 of 8. It's quite expensive, this flyer, so maybe the best option is just the standard loadout. An Infernum Halo Launcher. You can reroll failed cover saves for a Corvis Black Star that is jinking if it's equipped with the Halo Launcher. For 5 points, that is important to take. Rerolling jinx is brilliant. Next one is an Auspex Array. A Corvis Black Star with an Auspex Array has a strafing run special, so you can upgrade yourself that way. So you can make him, just make it a real dynamic sort of flyer. That makes him 10 points. 10 points for that. Yeah. So yeah, there's a few options in there. The standard loadout's pretty cool, but if anything, the minimum I go for would be the Halo Launcher for sure. 5 points is a bargain. Okay, so then you're on to some more standard Space Marine entries here. So pretty much getting access to a good chunk of Space Marine vehicles here, especially sort of transport. I think it's the main thing they're giving you access to. The standard Land Raider, standard Land Raider Redeemer, Crusader is included in that as well. I'd probably shy away from that kind of thing because I've already got those kind of vehicles. Drop pods is cool. You know, if you're not in a formation that gives you the deep strike, drop pod or the flyer, and then just a couple of elite units. Nice. Okay, so that's your units there. So you're on to formations now. This is interesting. as to what kind of little bonuses you can get. So the first one is an Aquila kill team. You have to take a unit of veterans. Now remember, that can be five. Five's the minimum size. One or more choices in any combination. So you can take a Librarian, Terminators, remember it can just be one. Vanguard Veterans, remember that can just be one, I believe, and Bikers, that can just be one. So it can be very small, it can be big. It can be as big as, well, very big, because you can have one or more choices in any combination. Okay. The formation may not consist of more than 10 models. Okay, so there's your limit. A kill team. All non-vehicle units in this formation form a single unit in a kill team. This counts as a single unit for all game purposes. It must be deployed as one unit and cannot be broken down into combat squads. The kill team cannot split up during the battle, even if a model with it has independent character special rule. So they're locked in together. Okay. Aquila Doctrine. Non-vehicle units in this formation can reroll any to wound rolls and arm penetration rolls of 1. So it makes them a little bit better, and you can lock in some stuff, which is cool, because now you can take that spare Terminator model and you can incorporate them into this formation. They'll become one unit. Or that Vanguard Veteran, or that Biker even, or Librarian. Nice. So that's quite cool. Nice, and a little upgrade, then you get a little bonus there if you're rerolling your armor penetration rolls. Or to wound. Okay. So, not bad. A Furor kill team. 1 unit of veterans, 1 unit of Terminators, any number of units from the following list: Vanguard Veterans, Bikers, Librarian. This formation may not consist of more than 10 models. At least 1 veteran must be armed with a Deathwatch, Frag, Cannon or Infernus Heavy Bolter. So this is your heavy formation here. Kill team. I like these little formations, little kill team formations, it's cool. Kill team. All non-vehicle models in this formation form a single kill team. So same again. Like the idea of this. This is nice. Reroll any Fury Doctrine. Reroll any failed to wound rolls and arm penetration rolls for non-vehicle models in this formation that are targeting a unit of the troops battlefield roll. So there you go. You get your re-rolls, which is better. So I'd be more in favour. The impression is the mini formations I would like more. Now, I was thinking of there's some strange things you can do. You can stick your Terminators out the front, give them the 2+ save, 5+ invuln. You could maybe give the, have your heavy weapons behind. You could give your Terminators storm shields maybe, and then have a 3+ invuln. You could have Bikers in with them and have the Bikers in front and then jink the Bikers. Are you allowed to do that? It creates some interesting scenarios there. A Venator kill team is a unit of veterans, unit of Bikers. A formation may not consist of more than 10 models. And you must have 2 Bikers at least. You form 1 unit. Fascinating how the Bikers form into that. Venator Doctrine. Reroll only failed to wound rolls and arm penetration rolls for non-vehicle models that are fast attack. Okay. Dominator's kill team is reroll for elites. You have to have veterans, Vanguard Veterans, and then you have to have no more than 10 models, and 2 of them have to be Vanguard Veterans. Okay. Yeah, so you can really customise these to fill in a gap you have in your army. So you've got Imperial Guard, you're lacking close combat or lacking template weapons, gear something up, choose the right mini formation, you can keep it small. It's all good here. A Malayas kill team. Veterans, Terminators, and then Librarian, same thing. Formation may not consist of more than 10 models. At least 2 models must be armed with Thunder Hammers or Heavy Thunder Hammers. Okay. And then you form a kill team. Reroll all failed to wound rolls on penetration rolls for non-vehicle units from within targeting a unit with heavy support. A Purgatus kill team. This is for killing HQs, no doubt. Yep. You have to have veterans, you have to have librarian, you have to have terminators, and then you have other options there. You may not consist of more than 10 models. At least one veteran must be armed with a stalker pattern bolt gun. Kill team, and then reroll wounds and arm pens against HQs. Very interesting. A Strategium command team. One watch captain, one chaplain or librarian, and then a choice. One choice from the following: one unit of veterans, and then any of those kill teams. Cool. So you're getting your kill team, and then your HQ. Fight to the last breath. If a Strategium command team is led by a watch captain, all non-vehicle models in this formation have feel no pain 6+, as long as he has not been removed as a casualty. Not that amazing. Suffer not the aim to live. If it's led by a chaplain, all non-vehicle models in this formation have furious charge, as long as he's not been removed as a casualty. That's all right. Pure of spirit, strong of soul. It's led by a librarian. All non-vehicle models in this formation have stubborn and adamantium will. Cool. Yeah, stubborn's cool. Not bad. Just means if you plan to take one of those, you get a little bonus. Not bad. So then you're on to a watch company. So you have to take a watch captain. I wouldn't be a fan of that. 4 choices of all the veterans and all the different kill teams. Decapitation doctrine. Reroll any failed to wound rolls and non-penetration rolls for attacks made by non-vehicle models in this formation that target an enemy. Unit includes a warlord, a psyker, or an independent character. Okay, so you're really going after the leaders, the structure of the enemy force. But you have to take all of that stuff to get it. So the benefits are right. I've seen better benefits in other formations and different codexes, but it's okay. I like the idea of being able to form those kill teams, pull units, models together to form kill teams. It's nice. So a Corvis dropship wing. This lets you take you up to 3 of them. Burning Skies doctrine. Models from this formation target enemy flying monstrous creature with an attack. Reroll any to failed armor penetration or to wound rolls. Handy enough. Planning on taking that many of them. Okay. So there it is. There they are, fighting out against Tyranids. So, total covered that one. Combat squads, factions. So on to Warlord traits. Right, so Warlord traits then. Bane of Monstrosities. You can reroll failed to wound and arm penetration rolls for your Warlord against monstrous creatures, tanks and super heavy vehicles. Not bad. Not bad. Lord of Hidden Knowledge. Roll a d6. Your Warlord has gleaned this many insights into the enemy's weaknesses. You can use each of these insights once during the battle to reroll a failed to hit, to wound, or arm penetration roll for your Warlord or his unit. Nice. Castellan of the Black Vault. All weapons carried by your Warlord have the Mastercrafter special rule, except Relics of the Vigilant. Okay, not bad. And then Bringer of the Red Dawn. Your Warlord has night vision. In addition, after deployment, you can declare the night fighting special rule is in effect during game turn 1. There is no need to roll. Not bad. Might help you out. Then Vigilance Incarnate, you can change mission tactics in additional time. Then Master of the Void Hunt. At the start of each of your turns, your Warlord can call down a lance strike upon an enemy unit within 12. Roll dice, 3 or more. The unit suffers D3 strength 6 AP 4 hits. Roll of a 6, it instead suffers D3 strength 10 AP 2 hits. Any wounds inflicted are randomly allocated. And if he's BS5, not bad, it's okay. Not bad, it's for free I suppose, so not too bad. Mission tactics we have covered. The weapons we've covered as we've gone through. Some nice unique ones in there, definitely, for them. Covered all of that. So we're on to the Relics of the Vigilant. Be interesting to see what these are. Okay, so Bane Bolts of Erixia. Model that is equipped with this upgrade can use the following special ammunition. in addition to any other types it can normally use. So bolt pistol is strength 5 AP4 kill shot. If to wound roll of an attack with this roll is a 6, it's instant death. A bolt gun, strength 5 AP4 kill shot, assault 1. Stalker pattern bolt gun, heavy 2 kill shot sniper. It's unlikely you're going to get that 6 though, isn't it? Bane bolts, 10 points, not bad, but it's unlikely, it's not reliable really. The Beacon Angelus. Friendly units do not scatter when they deep strike, so long as the first model is placed within 6 of the model bearing the Beacon Angelus. In addition, once per game at the start of any friendly movement phase, the bearer can use the Beacon Angelus to teleport his comrades to his position. When he does so, remove one friendly unit that has a Deathwatch faction from the board. Even if it's locked in combat, they then immediately arrive within 6 of the bearer, using the rules for deep strike. Cool, you can catch your opponent out with that, it's quite good. And, oh, it's 30 points for that. Fair amount. Okay. Okay, the next one, Dominus Aegis. If a model equipped with the Dominus Aegis does not move the movement phase, its unit gains a 4+ invuln save until the start of the next movement phase. That's good. Cool. That's really good. So that is 20 points. That's not bad. If you don't move, you get a 4+ invuln. Pretty good. Really interesting, that one. The Osseous Key. The Osseous Key is a Clavis. In addition, if a model equipped with the Osseous Key attacks a vehicle in the movement phase, the building in the assault phase, roll a dice. After all its attacks have been resolved to determine the effects. No effect on a 1, 2 to 3. Target suffers a glancing hit, 4 to 6 penetrating hits. It's like a super haywire type thing. Nice. Osseous Key is 15 points, not bad. Can only be taken by Watchmaster, replaces the normal Clavis. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Not bad, it's okay. The Thief of Secrets, just reading it there just to check the rules. The Thief of Secrets is next. Strength the user AP3, melee, biophage. Whenever a model inflicts an unsaved wound with the Thief of Secrets, the weapon learns the weakness of the model's unit and any other units of the same type. For example, if it wounds a Carnifex, it learns the weaknesses of all Carnifexes. Any future attacks made using the Thief of Secrets against units whose weaknesses are known to it will successfully score a wound on 2+. This wounds until the end of the battle. This lasts to the end of the battle. Again, quite cool. Thief of Secrets will cost 20 points. Replaces model's melee weapon. So how do you... Oh, it's AP3. Okay. Strength 3. Your strength's not too good though. Not so sure about that. Okay. The Tomb of Etoclades. At the start of each of your turns, you can pick one of the mission tactics listed on the phrase until the start of your next turn. The tactic applies to the model carrying the Tome of Etoclades and all other models in the unit that have a Deathwatch faction. This is in addition to the benefits of other mission tactics it currently has. Okay, so it's just a bit of extra flexibility. 10 points. They're not bad, those. They're not bad. I think that the strength of these guys is their flexibility and then some of their unique weapons that they've been given, especially their shooting weapons, are fantastic. Really, really good. So, and then delivering that by either drop pod or by the fly would be the route I think I would go. So that's the relics, just there. There's your Deathwatch tactical objectives, just the special ones, and there it is. Okay, so I was looking out for the psychic powers. I think you'll find those in the regular rulebook Angels of Death Codex supplement as well, I think. So that's where those are covered. So, but nice flexibility for the librarian there as well. So that's it, Deathwatch. There's more variety in there than I thought there would be, but definitely the strengths there is with the new models and shooting weapons, which would suit me very well because I really like the new models there. This kind of stuff. these guys seem good. So instead of going after normal Space Marine vehicles and all that kind of stuff, there's a good idea going after these, which is what you want to do. So I think it's the whole point of getting Deathwatch is to get away from regular Space Marines, go for a super specialist, nicely sculpted individual models, and that's what Games Workshop have done. I'm sure you can customize models to make them, all unique and so on, but brilliant weaponry here. Nice load of unique weaponry, nice unique models, and yeah, really nice indeed. And the flyer is great as well. So that's the review for the Codex. There it is. I've got mine from gamingfigures.com. They do Games Workshop at 15% off. If your order comes to over £100, you get an extra 5% off on top of that, and then free postage in the UK if your order comes to over £40 as well. But there it is. That's the Deathwatch Codex, brand new release from Games Workshop. Leave your comments and feedback, what you think about the new release. And if you are collecting these, what unit combinations, especially small unit combinations, 5-man units, what combinations to go for combat, for shooting. Maybe, share your favourite kill team. So unit upgrades, points cost, and then others can judge your kill team, and then they can share their own. And let's just go through the comment section. You'll be able to see some kill team combinations. And see if they work. So there it is. That's the review for the Deathwatch. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.